Hey again, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Today is Friday, February 11th, 2022, and another day early with the content that I have promised. So this has been once a week for quite a while now, so I've stuck with it, and I thank you for sticking with me. There's a lot of folks making a lot of content out there, and if you're finding mine and you're visiting with me, I really do appreciate it. And on that note, I mentioned, and I've never asked before, but I'm going to start asking that if you do like the content, please do share it. It is important. Share it, like it, subscribe, and the comments I especially like. I do want to see the subscriber count go up before late spring, because I will be changing the scope of what I've been talking about to widen it. I can be a little more transparent. I have some things that I think are beneficial. Some things people have asked me about before that I just don't feel like it was really the right time to discuss, and that time is coming up. So please, please do, if you think about it, please subscribe and like and share. So anyway, with that being said, I do have a topic today that is, I think it's kind of interesting, and I forget about how I began to understand what the narcopath was doing, or the narcopaths were doing, and it's really, really simple. It's almost as if they study the same playbook or something. They really are simple beings once you figure out what it is that they're doing, because they are they don't act really like a full human being. I know we've said that before, that they're the narcopaths are nearly almost less than human. I think people call it even the lizard mind. So once you figure it out, then you can figure out how to make your exit the complete exit, and you can go no contact. Complete no contact is the goal here. We don't want to stick around a second longer than we have to. If you can go no contact right now and wash your hands and wipe your hands of those monsters and leave, go no contact and never look back. But if you have to have gray rock, or you're in the middle of it, or you're not certain who the flying monkeys are and who the narcopaths are, which can be difficult to find out. Sometimes you might be surrounded by them, like I have been in the past and not now. You have to kind of figure out what they do, what makes them tick, and what makes them work. Number one, we know that they're liars, we know that they're backstabbers, we know that they're gaslighters, and they're manipulators with a million different kinds, whatever kinds of ways they can find to manipulate those around them, they will. And they have very few talents. All of the narcs that I know, the narcopaths, are really pretty talentless people. They don't have much of really any skills except for manipulating the people around them, because they have no skills of their own. They have to manipulate the people around them to get what it is they want at the time, whatever that might be. And that's kind of what I was kind of aiming towards, is the wants and needs of the people around the narcopath and the narcopath. Being simple and stupid. A lot of them have, I think there was a term for it, and I'm not sure if this is really a separate category, but the oppositional defiance disorder. So, here you go. Let's say that there is a question over something or some situation. We would say something that you want. If the narcopath knows that you want it, they're going to try to see that either they get it or that at least you don't get it. It doesn't matter if it benefits them one bit. If you want it, they're going to do anything they can to make sure that you don't get it. On the reverse, and I had to find this out for myself as well. If there's something you don't want, some situation that you don't want to happen, they're going to do everything they can to make sure that situation happens. Your discomfort is their pleasure. They simply behave like lizard-brained animals. They really don't have anything beyond. They may be clever, but they're not wise people. They're none of them. If they were wise, they wouldn't be behaving like this in the first place. At least you and I, the people that visit these kind of videos and this kind of content, this subject, at least have enough wisdom to understand that there's something really, really wrong, and we're searching it out. The narcissist, the narcopath, they will never, ever search this out. Ever. They're going to die the way they are. But once you know how they play, once you know how simple they are, you can use that against them. And I suggest that you do. Do not let a narcopath get away with abusing you in any way, whether it's financially or relationships, sexually, anything, don't let them get away with just, well, I'm just going to go no contact. If there's something that's yours and you know it's yours, don't lay down. Don't just give it away. I think that's, in my opinion, that's enabling the narcopath anyway. They'll just go off and do it to someone else until they run up against someone like me or you, and you go, we're not going to play like that. And you see this thing or this situation or whatever it might be, that's mine, and I'm going to fight for it. Stop laying down. As soon as you get back what's yours, then you can go no contact. And again, for the billionth time, it doesn't need to be stated that no contact is the end result. That is our final goal when you figure out that you're dealing with one of these narcopaths. They may be clever, like a rat, to cheese. They may even be able to steal the cheese, but they're playing a really, really dangerous game. And it kind of makes you wonder, can anyone really be certain of the inner workings of any relationship when you hear about things that happen? People end up dead. I mean, let's get real about this, man. People end up, you got to wonder, when things happen, was somebody pushing somebody's buttons and that other person did not know about narcissism. They did not know about the psychopathy of the people around them, and they reacted in a poor way on the wrong day and then make really bad decisions. So we don't want to do anything like that. Of course, I wouldn't advocate that. But you got to wonder, what is it that caused this person to snap? Because people snap all the time. And we know if you're watching society now, narcissism is rampant throughout. It's permeated our society from the top down. I say the top down on purpose because it's making it available and normalized for people to behave like this. So at one point in time, maybe the narcissist might have been wired that way, but they knew better because they weren't being enabled by mixed or dangerous messages, and then suddenly, or not suddenly, or it could be suddenly or over decades, they are, I guess they are, like I said, enabled to behave this way. You got to wonder, how much of the nonsense that we see really is from the narcissist pushing people's buttons. Very, very dangerous game that the narcopath doesn't even realize that they're playing. I don't think they realize that they're in as much danger as they are. But luckily for a lot of us, we've caught on to their game, and we can move away from that game as fast as possible. If you can't get out of it right now, at least you have some tools, you have some videos, you have some channels, people that have been through it, who know how to get through those issues and situations and move away. But yeah, they are simple and stupid, and I promise you, all the emails that I've gotten, everything that I've read on the internet, all the comments that I see, it's like they say the same exact thing. It doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're, really, it doesn't matter, male, female, the spectrum of race and ethnicity, even age. It can be even very young human beings up to extremely old ones. It doesn't matter. It goes across the entire spectrum of having to deal with these monsters. And unfortunately, we're all having to deal with them, but we're trying to go no contact, and that's what these videos are for. That's to help you through it. Personally, I like the guy that sits in his living room or his den. There's some really great content out there, and it's really professional. I do like that as well. It has benefits, but to me, I enjoy the heart-to-heart. I've obviously, and I've mentioned it and told you I'm not a doctor. This is not what I do for a living. I do this as a labor of love and experience, so that I can share with you, so that hopefully you can either avoid the narcissist, recognize the narcissist, and if you do find some way to exit. I've given you some tools that I don't think are really out there. I haven't seen anyone say exactly what I'm saying about this, but if you find them of use, then I think that's wonderful. It means a lot to me as well. So anyway, narcopaths, they are simple and stupid, and once you figure them out, you should have no problem playing their game long enough to get through the gray rock phase. Once you go through the gray rock, or whatever phase you want to call it, where you minimize your contact with these narc holes, then you can finally go no contact, get away from them. Hopefully we've got a lesson learned. Hopefully we can see these red flags as they come, and we won't do it again. I still have the same tendencies, but you know what? I can say, really, all in all, I don't have anybody like that around me at all anymore. And it's been a long time. It's been years and years since these people have done their damage, and some of the damage carried out for a very, very long time. So be careful out there. If you think you are dealing with a narcopath who has some sort of oppositional defiance disorder, use that against them. Use it. I don't know why you wouldn't. I don't know why you would. Stop trying to take the high road with something like that. Get what's yours. Take what's yours. Do it secretly. Don't tell them anything. And when it's time to wipe your hands of them, do it and move on, and never, ever look back. And I promise you, if it's your last 10 minutes on Earth and you find out that that's what's been going on up here, it's worth it. It's worth every single second of freedom that you have. I fortunately believe that I've had several years of this now, and I'm very grateful. So I want to share that with you. Please, if you do like this, I want to see the sub count go up. It really means a lot to me, because I will be talking about some of the issues that people have asked that I just didn't feel like it was the right time to talk about. It happens late spring, and subscribe and like it and share it, and I really do enjoy your comments. Again, if you're finding me and hanging out with me for a minute, I do appreciate it. So, all right, with that, I'm going to sign off, and I hope to see y'all again real soon. Thanks.